we're started.
2:31 now, 2:36.
Good afternoon. My name is Gail Antoine, and my job here today is to give you some pointers to help you find jobs or help you to kind of fine-tune the things that you need to do in order to get through into a job. Oftentimes we have so many things that we have to consider. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that I think are really important. Two things I'd like to talk about is the resume, and I'd like to talk about once you get the interview, which is very important. First of all, your resume it should only be one page. And oftentimes I take the position description or the job description of the company, and I take keywords and build my resume as well. I try to eliminate things from my resume because I do have an extensive resume. I try to eliminate things from the resume that are not applicable to the job that I'm applying for. That way, it narrows it down. Now, if you have several years or many years of experience, a one-page resume may not be applicable to you. So just make sure that you narrow it down as much as you can possibly narrow it down. Make sure that your objectives are clear for the company. State what you want to do, for whom you want to do it, where you want to do it, and the level of responsibility that you would like to have. You want to make sure that you describe the benefits and results of your past performance. People want to know, what have you done? I created, I organized, I saved the company. They want to know what your action has been during the time that you were there. Make a great impression of yourself. Your resume is a snapshot of who you are. So you want to make sure that you build word pictures so that they can use that information. When I was doing interviews for hiring, one of the things that I did was, it was a quick look over the resume. I was looking for keywords. So you want to make sure your resume stands out. Again, make sure that resume has absolutely no errors in it. Your street names, the words that you spell out, you want to make sure that those words are correct. The resume should have plenty of white space. You don't want to have too many words on it. You just want to make it clear and concise. So your resume got you into the door. Now you've been called, you've been told that you're going to have an interview. Fantastic. One of the first things you want to do is make sure that you have the right date, the right time, and the right location. And I always tell people, go to that place a day or two prior to, so that you can make sure you know exactly where you're going, so you don't get lost on the way. Make sure you call to confirm the day before to make sure that they are expecting you. Make sure nothing has changed, because sometimes things change. The weather, this weather today that we're having, has caused people to change appointments and things. Find out how long you'll be there. You want to make sure that you're not rushed to get out of that interview. So make sure that the remainder of your day is clear, so that if they ask you to stay longer, to make sure that you have extensive dialogue with them, you can have that time. You don't have to rush back. Be on time. Arriving early is okay, not too early, 10 to 15 minutes early. Please don't be late. And if you find there are some extenuating circumstances that will cause you to be late, give them a call. So make sure you have the number for your point of contact. Research the company. You want to make sure that you know enough about the company so that when you go in there, you're talking about the company during the interview in your conversation. That lets them know that you are prepared and you know about that company. You know enough about that company to have conversation with them. Be sure you're ready with the statements. Tell me about yourself and your background. Simply because people oftentimes will freeze. I always say everyone should have at least a 3-minute conversation about them, or a 3-minute interview, or 3-minute commercial is what I try to say about themselves. That way you can tell them about who you are. Be nice. Make sure when you get to that receptionist as well throughout the entire thing, make sure you treat everyone nicely. Follow up the interview with a thank you note for the time and any other documents that they have asked for. Thank you for your time.